Today is Wednesday, January 29, 2025. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Our text is from Hebrews 11, verse 24 to 26. By faith Moses, when he had grown up, refused to be known as the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to be mistreated along with the people of God, rather than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. He regarded disgrace for the sake of Christ as of greater value than the treasures of Egypt, because he was looking ahead to his reward. Yesterday, Pastor Anthony ended his devotion on Moses' parents with these lines: "Faith is not lived in the future, but in the present. By the time heaven comes around, it'll be too late to try." That sentence there, faith is not lived in the future, but in the present. This is the kind of faith that the author of Hebrews ascribes to Moses, which he learned from his parents. Their words, sure, but certainly also from their actions. Our author wants us to understand something about Moses. Because of that faith, he made a choice. He grew up in Pharaoh's household as the adopted son of the royal princess. He had access to the best luxuries and wisdom and powers of the Egyptian regal court. It was all there at his fingertips, all the papyri of the magicians who could turn staffs into snakes, Exodus 7:12, all the best food and drink, all the pleasures a young man desired, all the training of an Egyptian soldier. But he made a choice. He turned away from it all. Moses chose to identify with God's people rather than with the godless. He chose at great personal cost: loss of wealth, relinquishment of status, and intense mistreatment. He regarded disgrace for the sake of Christ as of greater value than the treasures of Egypt. This phrase squishes time together: present, future, and further still. Certainly, Moses experienced reproach by identifying himself with the people of God, but in doing so, he also experienced the reproach of the coming Messiah, that is, the present and future. Our author does this to encourage his readers in the 1st century and in the 21st century to make the same choice as Moses made, to accept the reproach that comes from identifying with Christ and with his church. That's the further still, us. He is encouraging us to join Paul in declaring, "I want to join Christ in his sufferings. I want to become like him by sharing in his death." Philippians 3 verse 10 from the NIRV. Are you willing to make that kind of choice? Are you willing to be identified with a group that declares Jesus as Lord above all the rulers of the world, even when people say, "Where's the proof?" Are you willing to put some of your hard-earned income towards the mission of God as worked out through his church, even if it costs you that vacation or new vehicle that you are dreaming of? Are you willing to name among your friends people whom the world deems undesirable, people who can offer you nothing but friendship? Are you willing to be identified with a group of deeply flawed people who regularly mess up their God-given mission? Does your faith enable you to trust Jesus when he said, "Truly I tell you, no one who has left home or brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or fields for me in the gospel will fail to receive 100 times as much in this present age: homes, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, and fields, along with persecutions, and in the age to come, eternal life." Mark 10:29-30. Does your faith live in the present, in the here and the now? As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.